QuickBooks just released the construction-specific add-on module, and if you are a contractor running your books on QuickBooks Online right now, this video is going to save you a real conversation with your bookkeeper, your accountant, or whoever you've been Googling at 11 p.m. trying to figure out if you're on the right plan. I'm going to walk you through exactly what the new module is, what it actually does, and how it compares to what you already have, and most importantly, whether it's worth paying for. Don't worry, this won't be some massive sales pitch for QuickBooks. I work inside contractor books every single day, and I'm going to tell you what I actually think. Before we get into the new stuff, let me give you a lay of the land, because a lot of contractors I talk to aren't totally sure what plan they're on and what it actually includes. So let's clear that up. For construction, there are really three options worth talking about: QuickBooks Online Plus, Advanced, and the new construction module that sits on top of Advanced. Let's go through each one. So the Plus is $115 a month. This is the plan most contractors start on, and honestly, for a lot of smaller operations, it covers the basics well. You get project tracking, basic job costing, purchase orders, up to 5 users, 1099 management for your subs. If you're doing residential work, your jobs are straightforward and you've got a couple projects going at a time, then Plus can work if you set it up correctly. The key phase here, when it's set up correctly, because a lot of job costing frustrations come from not having a good setup. It's not a software problem. The Advanced is $275 a month. This is where things get more serious. Advanced gives you everything Plus has and then layers on quite a bit more. You go from 5 users to 25, which matters once you have a team that needs different levels of access in the books. An estimator doesn't need to see everything, your bookkeeper does. And Advanced lets you control exactly who has access to what through custom user permissions and roles. On the reporting side, this is where Advanced really earns its price for a growing construction business. You get budget versus actual reporting, which means you can set a company's budget at the start of the year and then track in real time whether your actual income and expenses are landing where you planned. For contractors trying to get serious about financial planning and looking at each project separately, that is useful. You also get custom dashboards, advanced reporting with deeper filtering by class and location, batch invoicing so you're not sending invoices one at a time, custom fields on your transactions, and fixed asset management built in. Advanced also includes a bundled Fathom subscription for advanced reporting and analytics, which normally runs about $468 a year on its own, so that partially offsets the price jump from Plus. On top of that, you get automated workflows like invoice reminders and approval chains, spreadsheet sync with Excel for anyone still pulling data out to build reports manually, and a 13-week cash flow and profit and loss forecasting, so you're planning ahead instead of reacting to whatever's sitting in the account today. Revenue recognition is also included, which matters for contractors billing across long project timelines where the revenue and the work don't always land in the same month. The jump from Plus to Advanced is $160 a month. Whether that's worth it depends on your business, and I'll help you figure that out before the end of this video. The construction module, paid add-on, Advanced only, this is the new piece that Intuit launched in February this year, and the most contractors have been asking me about. A few things to know right off the top. First, you cannot add this module if you're on Plus. It only works on Advanced. Second, and this is important right now, QuickBooks Online Advanced customers can currently try the construction module at no extra cost for 12 months. So if you're already on Advanced and you haven't looked at this yet, go turn it on today. There's no reason to wait. Okay, so what is this thing really? Did Christmas come in early for construction business owners? Let's find out. Intuit built this specifically for construction contractors because standard QuickBooks, even on Advanced, was never really designed for how construction billing actually works. And if you've ever tried to track retainage in QuickBooks or manage a change order across multiple pay applications, you know exactly what I mean. The workarounds are clunky at best. The construction module is trying to fix that. Here's what it includes: the progress billing and AIA style invoicing. Standard QBO has basic progress invoicing, where you can bill a percentage of an estimate. The construction module goes significantly further than that. You can set up a full schedule of values inside the platform, assign costs by phase and milestones, and track total contract value that's been invoiced to date and current draw amount and what's remaining, all at that phase level. That schedule of values spreadsheet, most contractors are billing separately in Excel right now. This is designed to replace that. The billing lives inside the accounting software and updates as work gets completed. On AIA style billing, Intuit has been building towards this with the new module. This is a structured progress building feature currently in beta that covers stored materials, bank draw schedules, and retainage built in the spirit of how AI applications are supposed to work. Since it's still in beta, the best move is to turn it on and test it against your real jobs rather than assuming it covers everything you need. One thing worth knowing before you assume this replaces your entire billing workflow, QuickBooks Online doesn't natively produce the actual G703 and 702 forms that many commercial GCs and project owners require when they review pay applications. The billing structure is there, but if you are submitting to a GC who expects a properly formatted G702, you'll still want a tool like PayApp Pro alongside QuickBooks Online to produce that document. For residential contractors and smaller commercial work, this is probably not an issue. For anyone doing larger commercial jobs with formal pay application requirements, it's worth knowing. Retainage tracking, it has historically been one of the messiest things to handle in standard QuickBooks. So this is an important one. For anyone who doesn't deal with this regularly, retainage is the percentage, usually 5 or 10%, that a project owner holds back from each payment until the job is fully complete and approved. It protects the owner. It also means the contractor can complete $100,000 worth of work and only receive $90,000 or $95,000 of it until the very end of the project. Managing that correctly in your books matters, because if your retainage isn't tracked properly, your accounts receivable is wrong. And when your AR is wrong, your cash flow picture is wrong too. In standard QBO, there is no built-in retainage feature. You're building workarounds with liability accounts and manual entries, and one missed entry throws off your whole picture. The construction module addresses this by tracking retainage as part of the billing workflow, connected to the schedule of values and updating as payments come in. It handles the accounting side of retainage tracking with QBO. For the pay application presentation side, especially if you are submitting to a JC or owner who reviews retainage line by line across multiple billing periods, a dedicated pay app tool still adds value on top of the module for that specific output. Cost groups and job cost categories. The construction module introduces cost groups, which let you plan and track project costs by industry standard categories, including labor, materials, equipment, and subcontractors, with roll-ups across budgets and purchase orders and bills and expenses. This is a bigger deal than it might sound on the surface. Most contractors using standard QBO are tracking costs at the account level, which tells you what you spent, but not what category of work it went to on each specific job. Cost groups give you a proper breakdown by trade category, so you can see not just that a job cost 80 grand and that 30 grand went to labor, 25 to materials, 15 to subcontractors, and 10 for equipment. When you're trying to figure out where your margin went on a job, that level of detail is what actually answers the question. This module also gives you real-time profitability, not just reconciled report after it closes. At any point during the job, you can see whether you're on budget, running over on labor, or burning through materials faster than the estimate assumed. For contractors running multiple jobs at the same time, this changes how you make decisions mid-projects. When you can see a job running over in week 3, there's still time to have a conversation with your project manager and adjust. Finding out a month end when the damage is already done it's a completely different situation. Change orders connect directly to the financial records inside the module. When a change order is approved, the contract value updates and feeds into billing automatically. No more cross-referencing between your project management tool and your books to make sure a change order made it into the invoice. The paper trail lives inside the accounting system from the moment the change order is logged. I told you I'd be straight with you, so here's what I gotta say. The construction module is a real improvement, and Intuit is clearly investing in this space. For the first time in QuickBooks history, contractors are getting features built specifically for how they actually work, and that matters. Should you upgrade? This is the question I get the most, so let me just lay it out clearly. And I'm going to give you my honest opinion here and not just a breakdown of QuickBooks options. Stay on Plus if you're doing under 400K in revenue, your jobs are relatively simple, you're billing straightforward invoices, and you have fewer than 5 people who need to be in the QuickBooks. Plus, when configured correctly, covers what you need on the accounting side. Move to Advanced if you're doing over $1 million in revenue, running multiple jobs at the same time, and you genuinely need the deeper reporting, and you need custom permissions and forecasting that Advanced provides. The construction module on top of that is worth turning on during the free 12-month period to test against your real jobs. Now, here's where I want to give you my actual recommendation, because I think a lot of contractors are about to make a decision without really looking at the full picture. If you're on QuickBooks Online Plus right now and you're thinking about upgrading to Advanced just to get construction-specific features, I want you to pause it before you do that. My honest opinion after working inside contractor books at every revenue level is that your accounting software and your project management software should do 2 different jobs. QuickBooks QuickBooks is an accounting platform. It's where your numbers live. Project management software is where your jobs live. You estimating, scheduling, client communication, change orders, daily logs, photo documentation, subcontractor coordination. When you try to make one platform to do both jobs, you usually end up with something that doesn't do either one as well as it should. So before you spend more on higher QuickBooks tier, I'd ask you to consider a different combination. Stay on QuickBooks Online Plus for your accounting and edit a dedicated project management platform on top of it. You likely spend a similar amount of money and get significantly more functionality for your actual job management. Let me show you what that math looks like. So QBO Plus is $115 a month. JobTread, which is one of my favorite project management tools for contractors, right now runs about $199 to start. That puts you around $314 a month combined on monthly billing, or $274 if you do yearly. QuickBooks Online Advanced with the construction module, once the 12-month free trial period ends, is going to run you $275 a month plus whatever the module add-on costs on top. You are in a similar price range and you're getting a lot less on the project management side. Now, JobTread isn't the only option out there. You have BuilderTrend, most used for builders. Worth noting that BuilderTrend removed all published pricing in 26 and now quotes based on your annual construction volume, so you'll need to contact them directly for that number. HousePro is another option, particularly popular with residential remodels, design build contractors. Their plans start at $149 a month. The specific platform matters less than the concept. What you're paying for with any of these tools is a purpose-built construction workflow that QuickBooks was never designed to replace. Here's what a good project management platform actually gives you that QuickBooks Online construction module doesn't do. A client portal where homeowners or commercial clients can review proposals, approve change orders, and see project updates without you having to send 15 emails. Scheduling tools for your crew and your subcontractors, daily log and photo documentation on connected to each job, lead and sales pipeline management from the first inquiry all the way through signed contract, and QuickBooks Sync that pushes the financial data over to your accounting software cleanly, so both systems are talking to each other without you manually entering things twice. That is a fundamentally different level of functionality that a construction module inside accounting platform can provide. And when you pair a platform like QBO Plus configured correctly for construction, you have a complete system, your jobs are managed in one place, your financials are clean and accurate, and the two are connected. So the question isn't really advanced versus plus. The question is whether you want to try to make your accounting software do everything, and whether you want to build a stack where each tool does what it was designed to do. For most contractors I've worked with, second approach wins every time. You're looking at roughly the same price, and for that price, you get your accounting handled properly in QuickBooks Online Plus, plus a purpose-built construction project management platform that handles all the other features that we just described. The construction module inside Advanced is a real improvement, not dismissing it, but it's still an accounting platform trying to do project management. If you're not sure which plan you're on, whether your books are set up in a way that actually gives you useful job costing data, or whether the construction module makes sense for where your business is at right now, that's exactly the conversation I have with my clients every week. If you want to chat, link is in the description, come find me there. And if this video was helpful, subscribe because I put out content like this regularly and I don't hold the good stuff back. See you in the next one.